In this aid, we will voice our own and market's viewpoint on BTT future while examining Bittorrent cost conjecture for 2021 and then some. Kindly remember that you want to think about this and some other forecast while considering other factors, since foreseeing anything is a difficult errand, not to mention anticipating the fate of a novel, profoundly unstable monetary resource like BTT. Presently, how about we head into it? Before we dig profound into the Bittorrent value expectation and answer questions in the event that Bittorrent is a wise speculation or not. For what reason will BTT succeed or fizzle, or for what reason will BTT value rise or drop? We should rapidly toss a look at what is Bittorrent and its to-date history. Bittorrent introduction. It's been some time since we saw a token have the market in a manner BTT did. The publicity made by Justin Sun, BitTorrent and Binance putting their names behind the venture at last prompted the thing's whole ICO selling out in only 15 minutes. BTT token is imagined as your normal TRC10 token, a Tron-based standard which permits BitTorrent clients to offer their administrations in return for said tokens. This standard is lower than the TRC20, which has implicit brilliant agreement abilities. The token has an all-out supply of 990 billion units, which will be separable into more modest augmentations for extra liquidity. BTT's fundamental design is to boost BitTorrent convention clients to give framework administrations like record cultivating and facilitating as a trade-off for the token. Our BTT token value expectation for 2023. BTT is one of the activities that has high speculative worth, meaning it rapidly incorporates publicity and stands out of unsophisticated novices into crypto space. Therefore, BTT incomparable tokens really do well in buyer markets. Be that as it may, when the bear market results, these kinds of tasks are first to see capital trip into more secure and greater ventures and stable coins. This leaves youngsters with weighty packs of useless tokens and, surprisingly, heavier sacks of hopium that gets mixed by the task chiefs and their intermediaries, fooling them into purchasing the plunge and unloading considerably more tokens on them. BTT likewise had sprays of bewildering cost activity where it outperformed Bitcoin and was among top gainers in the entire market. This simply demonstrates that market is as yet wasteful in removing the useless, shill and showcasing tasks, copycats and make easy money rascals. BTT basically takes a look at every one of the containers of a terrible venture. The reality it actually can possibly attract enormous number of dupable dealers just fills in as an update how covetousness beats reason multiple times out 10. It is quite significant that this doesn't imply that this or some other comparable undertaking won't see a fleeting siphon or even a few such occasions. Simply the opposite. These undertakings are ideal ground for whale controls as they're actually seen to have some worth, so a siphon generally develops the desire for anguished holders that their sweetheart task is at long last going for the moon. In this way, in the event that you're here to brag and focus on it, hang tight. The cost takeoff is in all likelihood simply one more siphon and dump which will rake in some serious cash to the generally rich whales and leave you in the residue with a pack of coins that are even less worth than previously. Accordingly, more than 95% of fruitful ICOs and digital currency tasks will fall flat and their financial backers will lose cash. The other 5% of undertakings will turn into the new Apple, Google or Alibaba in the crypto industry. Will BTT be among those 5%? Exceptionally far-fetched. BTT token makers trust that the commitment of monetary prizes will make more individuals see the downpours they download. The entire speculation proposition for BTT is unconvincing. A great many people who download deluges do as such through openly accessible multitudes. These individuals just don't need to think often about their transfer, download proportions, and subsequently don't have a motivating force to seed more. Furthermore, Tron's blockchain basically wouldn't have the option to deal with the degrees of throughput that accompany a client base that BitTorrent has, around 100 million clients. Also, the torrenting scene, the one local area that ought to be humming about this task, doesn't appear to be keen on BTT by any means. Torrenting discussions make scarcely any notices of the undertaking, and most experienced individuals from these networks will let you know that they love the Bittorrent convention, and yet disdain the organization behind it. The interest generally is by all accounts coming from the digital currency world, which recommends that there aren't numerous essentials for BTT to rest on. A great many people who are advancing this token are intently attached to the digital currency scene and are considered as forces to be reckoned with more than whatever else. That being said, we need to think about the contribution of Justin Sun and Ching Zhao in this whole task. The two of them are known in the blockchain local area for participating in a few exceptionally problematic exercises that probably looted numerous crypto financial backers off their cash. Sun specifically is somebody who falls under the powerhouse label, obviously superior to the one of an engineer, and this is a stick individuals frequently used to beat him with. The way the two of them advertise the BTT token up without tending to the negatives it plainly has doesn't give us conviction that their most recent task won't wind up as a failure. 3. Every one of this summarized implies a certain something. BTT could survive 2 or 3 coordinated. For a standard merchant, totally capricious siphons, yet most of time will be dinky sideways exchanging with little volume and no huge premium from the market. What will BTT be worth in 5 years? The cost of BTT in 5 years could lie around 19 cents. What Bittorrent will be worth in 2030? Our determining model sees Bittorrent coming to 17 cents in 2030. What Bittorrent will be worth in 2040? Our anticipating model sees Bittorrent coming to 15 cents in 2040. Will Bittorrent supplant, outperform, overwhelm Bitcoin? No, Bittorrent won't supplant or overwhelm BTC. Might Bittorrent at any point reach 10 cents? No. Our expectation model sees no opportunities for Bittorrent to reach 10 cents in the short or mid-term period. Might Bittorrent at any point reach $1? No. Our expectation model sees no opportunities for Bittorrent to reach $1 in the short or mid-term period. Could Bittorrent at any point reach $10? No. Our expectation model sees no opportunities for Bittorrent to reach $10 in the short or mid-term period. Could Bittorrent at any point reach $100? No. Our expectation model sees no opportunities for Bittorrent to reach $100 in the short or mid-term period. How high will Bittorrent go? Our gauging model sees Bittorrent cost crashing and dropping to approach zero in a removed future. Is Bittorrent worth purchasing? We don't see a splendid future for Bittorrent. It merits purchasing just as a momentary theory with a decent leave technique. Bittorrent is certainly not a decent long-haul hold. Is Bittorrent a wise venture? Bittorrent is certainly not a wise interest as we would like to think. Why? Indeed, it faces a savage contest from other comparative crypto projects, doesn't stand apart with its innovation and development, doesn't have a certified local area, and the group behind the venture is doubtful. Might Bittorrent at any point make you a tycoon? No, Bittorrent could not cause you a tycoon as we at any point don't see it doing a 10x cost increment any time from here on out. What amount will Bittorrent be worth? For the transient future, it could reach $0. In the long haul, it will probably drop to 0 or somewhere around there. For what reason will Bittorrent succeed and get more expensive? Bittorrent has a remote possibility of succeeding. It has no first mover advantage. It brings no interesting incentive. It has a powerless group and little local area behind it. All of this summarized forestalls Bittorrent to succeed in ascending cost as long as possible. What is the transient expectation for Bittorrent? Bittorrent will reach $0 the following 90 days, which is a 43% change over the ongoing cost, which drifts around $0. Bittorrent value forecast today. What will be the cost of Bittorrent tomorrow? Bittorrent will float around $0.